All right, moving on to Stephen May, who obviously Hawks and even Sydney, there's been a bit of interest, but the main two do seem Melbourne and Collingwood. Now, Melbourne's relies solely on Hogan. The club's pretty much admitted that if Hogan's not traded out, they don't have the picks to get all the pieces required to put a deal together for Stephen May.
So that's a big roadblock.
It is a big roadblock, and on top of that, obviously May's still contracted next year, so it's not as if like they can play hardball in terms of the Suns are going to be playing hardball and they're going to be saying you need to pay over. Seeing as we looked at it from the Melbourne perspective, from the Collingwood perspective, would you throw the kitchen sink at getting Stephen May? Is it worth throwing? The thing is, they're probably not going to take, so Collingwood's first round pick is probably not going to be enough.
Yeah, no way.
Whether you think that's right or not, it's probably not going to be enough. Should they throw in a 2019 first round pick? What is the best? Should they be willing to get rid of 2 first round picks to get Stephen May?
Well, that's pretty much what Gold Coast want. I think 2 first-round picks in some way, shape or form.
But they'll be late first-round picks, assuming Collingwood keep that top 14.
Yeah, Collingwood will be, the first one would be around 17 with the Lynch compensation.
So you take 17 and then you take like a 15 to 19, whatever.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about how desperately Collingwood needed a tall back in that grand final loss, but in the same token, they had Dunn and Scharenberg out. So it puts up a lot of questions. I think Langdon's going to be involved in this as well.
Yeah, the problem, Langdon
get paid.
seems really likely to be heading towards Fremantle for about $600K a year, which that's a huge priority signing for Collingwood. They need to sign him up because he was up there as one of the players of the final series. He was brilliant.
No doubt. And
Darcy Moores.
That might. There's going to be a lot of repercussions if they do go real hard for Stephen May, because you're risking losing players like Darcy Moore and like Langdon as well. So it's a 50-50
But
decision.
you had that Tom Lynch money that's now still kept aside.
The latest with Darcy is that it's almost a done deal that he's staying at Collingwood.
Yeah,
it's a 2-year deal. It was reported this morning.
Tim Watson said it.
I think he's likely staying, which if he had have gone, they could have gone, for example, tried to get pick 12 out of the Swans and combine that with 17 for May. But now we'll have to see how it works around. I think it is. But the question with May I just want to get to is the way it's been. He's a very good player, right? Let's not take that. And he's one of the better key defenders in the league. But he's not Steven Silvani, he's not Matt Scarlett, he's not Alex Rance. I just want to do, because people overreact a little bit. If you had all the key defenders in the league lined up against the wall, schoolyard style, who are you taking before you take May? Because I think Gold Coast asking for 2 first-round picks. I get he's their captain and he's co-captain.
Well, they have to.
Under contract. It just seems a little bit overs, in my opinion. I don't think he's worth 2 first-round picks.
I don't think he's top 5 or 6 defenders.
No. I mean, if we've got it, I'd say Rance clearly goes before him, 5-time All-Australian clear. I think McGovern and Hurley would both go before him 3 times and 2-time. Yeah, I'd put Phil Davis, who he's never even made the 40-man squad, so I'd put him in the All-Australian.
I had him in my Australian team this year.
I'd put Daniel Talia before him as well. I think he's up there. And even Robbie Tarrant, I reckon, is... Now we're getting toward the level pegging. And if you want to go a youngster, Harris Andrews as well is
coming through.
He's right there. So I think he's still behind those guys. So I don't.
It's more about availability more than anything. That's the problem they've got.
And filling a need.
Exactly right. They want to fill that need urgently. And if May's the only one willing to break his contract up to go somewhere, then why wouldn't you take advantage of it?
All right. Final word. If you're Melbourne on Stephen May, but it means losing Jesse Hogan, are you swiping right or are you swiping left? Right means you are okay with that. Left, you're not giving up Hogan for Stephen May.
Swipe right. Bring in Stephen May. Jesse Hogan, like we said, he's always been linked to WA.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. You reckon eventually if they don't do it, he's at the end of his contract.
I agree. I'll swipe right. I feel like the Melbourne forward line this year did really well when Hogan wasn't playing, and it's nothing against Hogan. It's just I feel like if the defence stacks up more solid, then they're a chance.
Brownie.
If Hogan, they need to have the discussion with the big shark. They need a straight answer where he wants to go. If he wants to go, then it's a swipe right. But if he's if he wants to stay, then it's a left
but
for me.
He'd have to commit for me.
Yeah,
I'd say,
like,
commitment.
We keep getting this
Free
every
agent next
time.
year.
Like, he's got to say no, like, enough's enough. And that's the same thing that Gold Coast want out of May. They want him to say enough's enough, which is where this is coming from, because he doesn't seem willing to do that. Collingwood, quick, if you're Collingwood, you're swiping right on May.
Absolutely. Two first rounders.
You'd give the 2019 first round as well?
Yeah. What's it going to be? Pick 17, 18?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, swipe right.
I think the window that Collingwood's in, like, unless you're not going to get another, let's be honest, the chances of getting another Jaden Stevenson are pretty slim. There's not that many rookies that are going to come in and have a huge impact on a team that's
and even he
trying to
he
compete
fell
for
to
another
you.
flag.
Like,
Yeah,
was it
because
heart
of the
problems?
condition, yeah.
So considering that, like,
if there's a swipe middle, I'd
it
do
worked
swipe
really
middle,
well
but
to get
I
Stevenson.
think just go right, unless it means you can't sign Langdon again. If they lose Langdon and get May and even keep Moore, I still think that that's a bit of a lost brownie for Collingwood.
Right.
Swipe right's all over the place.